What's up, everybody? How are you this fine weekend? A spaceship indeed. So, how's it going? We have the early crew as usual. Gas Masher, Joe Russ, Phil in the kitchen, Franco Walker were here early. Also joined by someone bloody random, Frankie Simon Allen, who wondered why they were here early. Well, that's probably because Australia's like 3 days into the future, but that's fine. Pancake Man Lockwatcher with fresh pictures of pancakes and peppers. Web Debbie, Lori, Mr. Egg Cake. Rifleman's here. Jacques Attack. Here's Boozy. What's going on? DJ Bones. Josh Homan was here earlier. It's Jonathan Hughes, which I do believe just sent me some hot sauce. And we do have a package from C2S here that we will see. I have not opened that box yet. I have merely blocked off all the incriminating evidence. So, we will, this evening, we will discuss Boeing's absolute failure at Starliner, as we have before. NASA just made some interesting announcements a couple hours ago. Which I kind of threw out there on a short real quick. Let's see. Wow. All right, Web Debbie in the house. Thank you very much for gifting 20 memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. What's up, Mr. 8K? How's it going? We have added cheers to the chatbot. I don't know if it's going to work right, but if anyone wants to try that, by all means. What's up, Coach Seagal? Glad to have you. Captain Barrett, how's it going? All right, let's see. Why don't we start off with a toast? Let's see what cheers does. Wow, that completely failed. All right, well, I guess we'll turn that off. Guess I need to figure out how to do emojis. I may have to copy them direct. I'll just disable that for now. That was fun. All right, that's paused. All right, so we'll start before it is asked. We'll start with our first cheers, and I'll also let Benji know that I do actually have something orange and different. I just have some orange juice. So first thing we'll do is cheers to NASA for making the right decision, even though they were advised otherwise. But it's missing the close one. Oh, the closing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and cheers to Suni and Butch for their future safe return. All right. What's up, Ed? Oh yeah, and if you watched the Scum thing, a few days ago, the Scum devs released a surprise patch that wiped everything out. So me and Ed have started, and Boozy, actually, on all our servers, every Scum server, everyone has been reset and started over. So things are a little different. We changed our base to a more reasonable location, and since we didn't have to test different stuff, it's a little more compact this time. Is it true that NASA are considering sending nude pics of humans to encourage NASA to visit? Well, there's nude pictures of humans on Voyagers 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken, so I would say probably. Did a neighbor get a beat down or at least get tased? Nah, he eventually just shut his mouth and I don't think anything actually happened. But I also remembered that since there's no Clive, we need to sanitize. So get ready for that. And here we go with the blah and the blah, blah, blah. There you go. Oh. Sure, that is great for the electronics. There you go. All sterilized up. What's up, Kevin Hardesty? Zap Sparky, what's going on? What else we got to do here? Oh yeah, we'll have Pussies and Piano in about an hour. We got some older stuff lined up from Rob. We'll open that package soon. And why don't we take a phone call real quick? Yes, I am 60 hertz. Well, I mean, I hertz all the time, but, the electricity is 60 hertz as it were. Has this been updated for the new yes, that is the Super Ultra UVCC bulb. Far surpassing your standard bulbs. Guaranteed 8 million% more germ destruction, as it were. And there's Ed Bird gifting 20 more memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Much appreciated, as always. Helps share the forklift world. As I can, hopefully this week I'll get a bunch of new videos because I got to go down to the ports to do some FPIs, which are like recalls. Like a car would call it a recall. I gotta update some shifters, some manuals, and readjust some the air gap on some brakes. So I'll be recording that. Probably doing something out of Amazon, and might be getting some other stuff from McCormick soon. So new stuff's coming again. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and take that phone call. Yo. Yeah, the entire time Bill Nelson was riding Boeing's dick, yeah. I guess they're just so far up his ass that he just won't shut up about it. Yeah. We'll talk about it in a little while. Yep. Alright, cool. All right. Cheers, everybody. The fuck? Goddamn, Brian Antoine. 50 memberships. Holy shit. Thank you very much. The channel greatly appreciates throwing that out there all at once. I don't know that it's going to show everybody. I think it knows it might break. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. That will obviously go towards when we get low on Legos. Liz would like some fire now. Why don't we do that? You know what? And we'll do this in a toast to everybody past, present. What is going on? Oh, hold on. What the? Good God. Sweatshirt fell off. All right. Got all wrapped up in the wheels, and now I just knocked my fork over. Oh, get over there. All right. We'll cheers this VertoThermoWhoofle off to everyone, past, present, and future, who has donated to the channel. Much obliged. So here's my woofler setup. If you're new here, don't worry. Everything up top is fireproofed. And, oh, let me turn on the thermometer, and then we'll do our VertoThermoWhoofle. Let's try that color scheme today. All right. Let's try not to blow anything up. Are we ready? All right. Number one. Whee. That one got pretty good. Number two. Number three. And of course, the close-up. What's up, Delta Mike? Ooh, recalibration. Oosh. All right. Good little woofle poofle boosh. Oh. All right. How's that looking? Every time I mess with it, I always gotta, like, the aim is never quite right anymore. Maybe I just need more zip ties. Maybe we need more zip ties. All right, let me flip it on back. Oh, yeah, son of a biscuit. Let's see. Let me do this one. Can't forget the mouse pewter. That latch, yeah. I don't know if it has much battery left in it, but there we go. Hedgehogs on fire. No, I don't think we should be catching hedgehogs on fire. That would be a less than optimal situation, I would think. What was I getting ready? Oh, right. Why don't we see what C2S sent us? They said it'd be cool if we opened it on the air, so hopefully it's not anything weird. Or maybe we want it to be weird. I don't know. All right. So we have cardboard box with blacked out address. Where is Clive live? He may be back next week. But remember, he is on Twitch now. Because his live streams were kind of possibly putting his big channel in jeopardy of being shut down. All right. Come on. And apparently this was a box that they reused from a glass. Just wanted to give a little thanks for the streams and the prizes. The mustard is made in my neck of the woods and has been around pretty much forever. C2S. PS, boobies. PPS, excavator. C2S has a strong opinion on using the excavator for Johnny 5. They would rather see the excavator. Ooh, okay. That there. So we have no idea how to pronounce that. Bodage? It's probably something simple. I don't know. How would you spell that, folks? But I do love me a good goddamn mustard. Let me tell you, this will be used very soon. Next time I go to the store, I will get some fat ass bits of lunch meat, and we will try this out. But yeah, I love a good mustard. Thank you very much. Well, sorry. Thank you very much, C2S. Very much appreciated. I will let everyone know how this is, but I imagine it is good just from looking at it. You can see it has got some big Big old CDs going on in there, and that is a good sign. So thank you very much. It says on the jar how to say. Oh, Boat Chi. Boat Chi. There it is, right there. Oop. That's Boat Chi. Boat Chi. Okay. Dutch. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. I definitely should like it then. Very good. Well, thank you very much. I will let you know how that is. Blackwatcher sent some pictures. Boat cheese. Yeah, boat cheese. Boat cheese. It's a cheesy boat. All right, let's see here. Here's some pancakes from Pancake Night. Let me make sure this is gonna do the right thing. Yes. All right. Here's pancakes from Thursday night. They got good fluff to them, but they seem small. Like, what kind of diameter are we talking about there? Those are looking to be like 7, maybe 7 inches, 8, 6, 7, probably 7-inch pancakes. Mine I usually make about 10 to 11. I usually get 1 pancake per pan. But that looks good. That looks good. Will look better with chocolate chips in it, but looks good as a pancake. Ooh, that was a knot. Good lord. Ooh. Very nice. All right, and now we also have, this is Lucy. Hey, bark bark. Oh, good, you can't see that pop up. Good, that means I edited this right. All right, so that's Lucy. If you look closely, you can see the death spikes on the collar, letting you know not to mess with Lucy. On the left-hand side there, you can see what may possibly be a toolbox from the game Scum. That's fine. Good deal, good deal. It's always good to have a 50 size toolbox in the house. All right. Twitch is glitchy. Amazon doesn't want to put money into it. They've already admitted it's not profitable. They ain't going to put much more into it. Hold on. Who is this? Ah, Vala. This is Vala. The pup. Very good. Very puppy. Very puppy. Oh, and this is Bad Vala. That looks like chicken fried rice that apparently had an issue on the floor. That is a shame, because that looks delicious. Well, obviously, if Vala's eating it, it probably is. And more peppers, which are in the process of being processed. There we go. Thank you, Lock Watcher. Just had another thing come in somewhere. Let me flip this back. If you want to send a picture of like your pets or whatever, and I am gonna, once I get some stuff sorted out, I am still looking into doing like a gallery of anybody that wants to send their pet pictures in. What do we have here? We have someone with their orange kitty. Ah, Chris. Okay. This is their kitty Milton, who is a girl red. Okay, let me see when I do that. Where is okay? We're good. And so like I said, this is from Chris. This is, what was that, Milty? Milton. She is a girl. A girly orange. Kitty. Oh, yeah, sorry. If you want to send something in, you can either use WhatsApp or regular US telephone number thing. Like, I just have it hooked up to Google Voice, but that's the same as a regular landline. The number for Scrufdog Live is 667-290-3538. And wow, we are late for a 420. We're watching kitties and puppies and pancakes. But yeah, if you want to send a message or send a thing in, just let me know who you are. And you want to send good food pics, good kitty pics, whatever you might want to share. Again, that's 667-290. Ooh, good climber. 3538. King of the mountain there. All right. Who's your kitty cat? Cool. Thank you, Chris, for your kitty pictures. Oh, okay, we got one from DJ Bones. Gordy Bullets. Let's see. This is DJ Bones kitty. Is this your kitty or like an outside cat that hangs out? Oh, it says, oh, my cat buddy. Oh, okay. Very good. I've been, the dude's been kind of hanging out a little bit, during the week. And here is Delta Mike with Tina. If you've watched Delta Mike's channel, you are familiar with Miss Tina here, the puppers. Oh, she's in her corner of the tent. Good, good. Tina's always doing her thing. Doing everything she can to keep Delta Mike busy. If you haven't looked, check out Delta Mike's streams, especially on Sundays. He does a live stream. The life of a hobo, a tramp, a homeless person in Terriavecca, something or other, Spain. On a beach. Good content. Check that out. And again, thanks everybody for sending stuff in. Yeah, really late 420. Where's my lighter? Cheers, everybody. All right. Yeah, I can, I was just asked if I could basically type out, the address. I can do that in chat. I don't mind doing that. Give me a moment here. Let me finish working this out. See a couple a message or another message or two's coming in. I will do this and I will reply to who texted me on Discord. I will reply to you after the show just in case this isn't quite what you need. Now, I gotta find the right keyboard. Here we go. So I'll type this in the chat because you don't really have to worry about too much about spam mail. You know what I mean? So it would be addressed to Scrufdog Live, 444 Maryland Avenue, P.O. Box 7821, S6, Maryland 21221. If you want to flop something on over, that's where you would go. I just ask that if you do send something to let me know via tracking number because they are really bad at letting me know when stuff arrives. Sometimes you just don't know. Like I went there once to pick up a package and there were 3. I was like, would have been great to have known the other stuff was here. So just let me know. Email me. Okay, I guess I'll type this out. Correct keyboard. If you send something, email me. show@scruffdog.live. That way I know what to look forward to. Here's Coach Seagal with his parrot Bubba. I think I've seen your parrot a couple times, usually in the background. Capture. Oop. There's Steven Seagal, or as we know him, Coach Seagal. There is his parrot Bubba. That's a big parrot. My mom had birds. They were kind of annoying, but not all. Oh, Boomba, not Bubba. Sorry, Boomba. My bad. Look a little closer there. Coach Seagal's parrot Boomba is his name. Very good. I like the colors. I like it looks like a gray and mostly gray and white. I like the coloring there. That's cool. Thank you for that. And we got something else coming in. from... Something was trying to come in from Kevin. Oh, is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Kevin Hardesty. We had... Oh. The kitties were... Oh, here we go. Leela sunning herself and then hanging out with her brother Hugo. See, that'll work. All right, so this is Leela chilling in the sun, holding on to something. Almost looks like a keychain or a badge. Nice, like the garden work outside. Good, good. A lot better than my yard because I don't care about my yard. And there they are with their brother Hugo. Oh, they almost sit the same way too. Good deal. All right, thank you for that, Kevin Hardesty. Here's super subs. All right. Anyway, how are we doing in here? Can you drop in the Scruff WhatsApp info? That would just be the phone number. 667-290-3538. Apparently, if you punch that in, I guess plus, I don't know, what is it? I don't know if you have to put in a +1 if you're international. I'm not sure how that works, but if you punch that number in, it should come up as Scrufdog Live. What's up, Tommy? Hanlon, how's it going? Hey, +1, I figured it was +1. I don't know a whole lot about the international stuff. Right, so when I tried to call Kevin back in the, the infamous stream, when Kevin gave out his phone number, started having everybody call him, I spent like $40 in wrong numbers trying to finally get the correct number because I had no idea how to dial out. And over to there. It's an African gray. Coach Chagall's parrot, Boomba, is an African gray. The whole body had a nice gradient of white to dark gray and a bright red tail. Oh, a bright red tail. That's cool. Was asking what kind of drone you have, says Fama, because I have new batteries. I can send, maybe can mention the model or battery you use. It's a Mavic, it's a DJI Mavic 2, Mavic 2 Air. Whatever, I don't know how many different batteries that fits on. Not even a clue. The plus is interpreted by your network as international access code. Yeah. I just never do much with international. Oh, well. Hold on. That's all over everywhere. My pancakes are non-denominational. That allows anyone to eat them. Well, that's good, Lockwatcher. That's good. And the pronunciation of Boomba's name was perfect. Good. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that. Like, not known someone, but like I've seen that name before. I had a drunken WhatsApp with Kevin Wan and Clive in an NBC stream a while back. Fun time, says Electron. Yeah, a bunch of us have called in with them goofing around. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff flying in on WhatsApp. Okay. Let's see here. Ooh, pardon me. Someone has sent Cinders the office cat. Someone yelled spaceship. I'm wondering if that's Leaf Rohawk. And someone sent, this is Bella, my very cat-like Tibetan Spaniel. Let's see. Oh. Here are more cats. So let's see here. That is Cinders the office cat. Boomba is that Lion. I don't think Boomba's in Lion King. So who sent cinders? I guess let me know in the text. And here's two kitties at home, Brandy and Sandy. I'm guessing Brandy is on the left and Sandy, who kind of looks like a sandy colored kitty, is on the right. Do you like old Russian electronic parts or not? And that kind of thing. Well, I have some old stuff. Like, I don't have as much stuff as, say, like Atkalar or Carrie Severe, but I have we actually did a teardown of a early 1940s voltmeter that I have from work. All right, let me switch back here. Let's see what we have next. Spaceship! What button is that? Spaceship! Oh, and this is from Oddbjorn Westby. Bella, my cat-like Tibetan Spaniel. This is from Oddbjorn. Big floofer. I like their. I always like those little dogs. Their ears seem especially floofy on just some spaniels in general. Big puppers. Let's see here. Let me back that up. Yeah, pardon all the scene changes. Trying to not derp this up. This cat visits me every day, and this is from the suspected Leaf Rohawk. This cat visits me every day, don't know its name, but call it Fluffy. Oh, that's definitely a floofer there. That's a big floof. Ranona, I gotta figure out how to get the names to stick, because sometimes I'll put names, associate names with them, and they don't stick for some reason. I wonder if there's a synchronize issue. Yeah, it's a big old floofer. That almost looks like a rag doll, or not quite Siamese, or yeah, or Tibetan. I think I have markings like that. Interesting, the feet aren't marked. Those are usually marked as well. Alright. That back. Oh, yeah, Ronona's got the cinders and Brandy and Sandy. Alright, cool. I have to label that up after the after everything is done here. We caught up? Alright, we are currently caught up. Got that. Ghost pepper, hot sauce. Spring. Make sure. Oh, Donna's and Hughes made sure to. I shake the bottle of hot sauce, which that is I do every time, whether it's processed or not. You got to shake that up. Make sure you get all the good stuff all everywhere, because you will get some flavor variances from things soaking in different spots. The show has turned into a pet show-off show. That's all right. We'll pop some in and out, and then we'll save some up. We'll do some in a little while. Yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to pop in and out all the time, but yeah, we'll save some up. Don't worry, I wasn't planning on doing that the entire time. But let's talk about the news of the day. After Bwong. Yeah, I guess when you hear the Bwongs, that's when you know somebody's sending something in. So you can get a rough idea of the queue that's building up for the next time we start showing off some viewer stuff. So cheers to NASA again for making the right decision. What's up, Benji? Alright. So, yeah, let me turn that down a little bit, just so it's not too bing bongy. So, as you all know, Starliner launched 85 days ago for an 8-day mission. They had multiple helium leaks, including one major leak. They had 5 thrusters fail. 4 of them they were able to get back online. The 5th one does not work. They They haven't even tried. Apparently, it won't even come online, or it did, and it was so out of range of what it was supposed to do. They're not even going to try and use that one. So obviously, most of us have heard that they were stranded. No, Boeing saying, "Oh, they're fine or not." And everyone else is like, "No, they're fucking stranded." Um, so NASA finally made the decision, and it was interesting. I watched the whole press conference. Highlights would be, let's see, one, Bill Nelson, that old ass. One, he needs to get out of NASA. This is kind of like a President Biden rerunning for office for presidency. Like, you did fine, but you're too old for a second term. Bill Nelson is too old to be involved in NASA anymore, and he obviously has too many financial ties to Boeing to be the leader of NASA anymore. Because he sat there and someone asked a question about, like, financial responsibility and liability of Boeing to the American taxpayers, and why there hasn't been more consequences to the contract going totally awry. And Bill Nelson basically took that and said, if I had to stand in front of a congressional committee on what's going on with Boeing, I would tell them that the contract is progressing as planned. Him saying that the Boeing contract progressing as planned is so fucking bullshit. Like, you fucking know you're wrong. They are years behind SpaceX, who had half the budget, who is obviously launching because they're the ones doing the rescue mission now. So obviously Bill Nelson is too far gone, too far old, and too far financially tied to Boeing to run NASA anymore. I'm glad they were able to make the right decision, but that statement right there of him saying he would tell a congressional committee that everything is going as planned that's like the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard from that fucking man. I don't know what the hell he's thinking. So the plan now, that now that Boeing has completely disrupted the entire space, the entire space program of multiple countries. So now what's going to happen is they're going to launch Crew 9 with only 2 astronauts instead of 4, which means now 2 people have had, everything displaced. Like, they may never get up there now. Who knows? So that's gone completely awry. So they're going to fire it up with what they say is ballast. I guess, just put some extra food on there or something in the seats. Sunni and Butch are going to stay as Crew 9 members now, and they will come back down later on SpaceX. They did a couple test spacesuit fits of existing suits on the space station. They found ones that would work. So they're going to send them suits up at some point, probably on a cargo mission. I don't know that it's going to come up right now, but on a cargo mission, because, they don't necessarily have a wardrobe of spacesuits. Boeing is going to continue uploading the software to have Starliner attempt to autonomously fly home. They are even changing the trajectory. Apparently, normally when it would pop out of the space station, it would pop out, go down, go in front of it, go up, go over, go back, and then roll out. Like, I don't understand the whole loop thing, but now they're basically just going to pop it out, take it under, and then just get it the fuck out of there, which makes sense anyway. So at this point, Boeing is fucked. Like, there's no way, unless they decided to pay the right people off, there's no way that they're going to allow, that they're going to certify this for human crews yet. They may do another 2-person test flight at some point, but at this point, the delays are pretty much guaranteed to be so far that the ISS is pretty much not going to need them anymore. And that's even if this thing makes it home. So, yeah. And when the interesting thing was, a couple of reporters asked, why does the empty Boeing capsule, or when? I believe it has to be before September 24th? I can't remember what they said, because right now everything's full. I think they got Starliner one and they got a cargo ship and another one. So maybe when the cargo ship leaves, then they'll have space. Well, yeah, cargo's gonna have to leave. Crew 9's gonna come up. Starliner's still gonna be stuck there. No, actually, I think they were saying maybe October, actually, late September or October, because they can have Crew 9 up there and Starliner at the same time, because the cargo one should be leaving soon, and then they will be coming home in February. Lee Frohock, I wouldn't even trust the parachutes to deploy, to be honest. Yeah, they're having, like, Boeing is even having problems. Boeing and actually, Blue Origin, aka Amazon, are having some parachute issues. If you do it structurally, can you build a tower into space? I kind of feel like it may be possible at some point. Don't know when, but it kind of seems feasible. Can't the astronauts sit on each other's knees to get a few more down in one go? They were actually considering, basically, for the most part, like ratchet strapping seats in the cargo area of Crew 8, who's leaving soon. Oh wait, actually no. I feel like doesn't Starliner would have to leave before Crew 9 because Crew 8 capsule is up there now. God, I gotta check the traffic, but it's got to get out of there soon. Either way. But yeah, so it was interesting when someone asked how the voting went on the decision. All they would say was it was unanimous at NASA that Starliner should come home empty. And they wouldn't say who else voted and what the rough percentage was, but I can guarantee everyone at Boeing said that, oh, it'll be fine. And because Boeing just wants to protect their monetary interests, not the actual interests and safety of the astronauts. That's very obvious that Boeing doesn't give a shit about human lives. Starliner will return before Crew 9. That's what I thought, because I thought there was only 2 ports up there. Like, I think what I was thinking is, I think there's 3 ports, that there's always the one that the current crew is at, then there's 2 other available ports. Cargo's in one right now, Starliner's in the other one, and then Russia has 2 ports as well. The astronauts can also try to break Felix Baumgartner's Red Bull space jump. Yeah, I watched that video a few weeks ago again. If you don't recall, some dude floated a balloon. It was, what was it? Thinking like it was 22,000, something ridiculous, like miles. Like he was in a spacesuit and he jumped out of a balloon thing that floated him up to some ridiculous height, where he required a space chute with a backpack, and then just jumped and fell for, I think it was like 3.5 minutes. I can't remember it all, but it was ridiculous. Like he was in space, basically. He was just touching the edge of space. 69,000 feet. Oh yeah, it's a little chilly up there, that's for sure. Well, depending on where you're at, it's either really cold or really hot. Nearly as high as Scrub. Now, I'm not that high right now. I wouldn't mind being. I am trying something different with the neck. Last night it got really bad towards the end of the night. And I realized I keep doing the side thing and twisting my neck, which I do need to do for my usual neck issues, but I was doing it whenever my arm was going numb or getting that pressure. And I think what I've been doing is I've been loosening all the wrong muscles as I've been cranking. And that's causing everything else to get extra fatigued. And then whatever muscles are messed up and where the nerve is getting pinched, I think making all the other muscles too loose was causing a problem. So today I'm really trying not to move my head around too much. And besides more than like I normally would. And instead of trying to relieve, like, when the pain is pretty low, I'm just leaving it. Like, that's fine, because I don't want to try and move around and then, cause more pain. And boobies, apparently. But, SpaceX is also prepping to send a private craft to the radiation belts for a commercial spacewalk, says Lockwatcher. Yeah, that's the Polaris mission. That's really soon, isn't it? Isn't that next week? Is that this month or next month? I forgot. I know they have a Falcon Heavy launch coming as well, if I'm not mistaken. Either this month or next. Electron boxes, what I find works is to put the palm of your hand above each ear and then press hard with your neck into it. Yeah, I've tried stuff like that. That actually is horrible for me. For the most part, I do find I have to do kind of like slow stretches because most of the pain is over here. And one of the muscles in there is very tight. I'm guessing it's the nerve for that muscle is being irritated by the bone spurs. Watch. SpaceX is setting a commercial walk. Something about a good read. Oh, they don't have an airlock. Polaris doesn't have an airlock. Oh, that's right. They don't have an airlock. It's all or nothing. That's right. I did read something about that. That's going to be interesting. That's the first time those SpaceX suits are being used as well, if I'm not like in that capacity, if I'm not mistaken. What usually happens on those like that, something with Polaris, I'll usually like wait until the day of launch or a couple days before, and then I'll wait for the big summary video from like NASA space flight, or sometimes I'll watch Marcus House, Matt Lown, I forget how, I think it's Lown. Yeah, I'll wait for the summary. Have I tried muscle relaxers? Asked Horovac. No, I refuse to use muscle relaxers. Because once you get into that, and then you get into all kinds of this pain reliever and this and that, and next thing you know, I'm at your fucking funeral because you turned into a junkie. Not you, I mean this personal experience. No, I refuse to use muscle relaxers or painkillers. I have, been, however, been talking to a couple people at work that use, what is it, Progabalin, I believe it's called, and it is a nerve, like a nerve calmer. Basically, it'll calm down irritated nerves. So I'm considering looking into that a little bit more, setting up a doctor's appointment. Because the people that I know that are on it have similar issues, and some have other issues like knee problems and stuff, and they've been on it for quite some time, and they're not junkied out. They're not any different. They're just good to go. So it doesn't affect them mentally like some muscle relaxers and pretty much every painkiller can. So I'm going to look into that, I believe, because it does seem to be working for them. They says it's just enough to take the edge off, and you see, yeah, definitely don't want gabapentin, because I know that's a straight up sedative. But apparently the progabalin, I guess it's called, or pregabalin. Apparently with these, the people I'm talking to, they just take just enough, and it doesn't. They say it doesn't affect them, and I've not noticed any difference. Like, you can tell when a junkie goes from person to junkie. Like, there's no difference. Voltron muscle pain can be purchased over the counter, says Fama. Have you tried microwave wheat bags, says Lee Frohawk? I have, actually. They don't do much for me. Every once in a while, a heating pad will help, but generally speaking, a heating pad will loosen so much stuff up, but that muscle won't loosen up, so then that muscle will start hurting, because then it doesn't have the rest of the muscles helping it, because they're all just blah, instead of like holding their own. So even heating pads on my neck is a pretty limited use. Next time I go to the dispensary, I am going to see if they have some good topicals creams. I've gotten a couple recommendations also from other people on various ones that might help. They've kind of helped in the past on some other pain stuff, so I'm going to see how that goes because I haven't tried that in a couple years. Um, so I got a couple things that I'm going to try. I would like to try maybe the can of cream before I set a doctor's appointment. um, and I also want to figure out where the hell the CD is for my MRI a while ago and see if we can look at any cool pictures. Because I forget all of everything that's on there. But if I'm showing pictures of cats and dogs, I could show you pictures of my spine. Like, why not? That way you can all say you've seen way up inside Scrufdog. What? Batfink 2, what's up? I believe you are new. You know what helps my pain, and you'll laugh? I apply turmeric on my food, and it helps my arthritis. Absolutely. I absolutely know that turmeric does help with arthritis. It actually used to help with my pain a little bit. Turmeric is a good natural pain reliever. But for me, it doesn't really do much for me anymore. But that is a good recommendation, Batfink 2. Turmeric will help with arthritis for a lot of people. Excuse my typing, I create new words at times. We all create new words at times, dude. That's all good. That's fine, but nah, I'm glad you brought that up. That is a good recommendation for general pain. It does seem to help a lot of people. Jonathan Hughes, that would be cool to see at MRI. Yeah, I got a CD around here. It might be in the safe with my medical stuff. I'll have to, when I get a chance, I'll look for it and I'll find something with a DVD-ROM that still works in here. I think the laptop, the thing I'll be cleaning next week, for the pre-recorded stream next week. I believe that DVD player still works, or DVD drive, I should say. Sorry, it don't work for you. Oh, that's cool. I've been dealing with this for 3 decades, well over 3 decades at this point, so a lot of stuff just doesn't help. But I look at it this way, once I get some of my external debts sorted out, which shouldn't be too much longer, in probably 2 years, because we do healthcare renewal in August. That's open enrollment when you can change your plan. So I figure in 2 years, I am going to get the holy shit booyah best insurance they offer, because right now I got like the mid-grade one. But I'm going to get the best one and then immediately jump into seeing what can be done with this now. Because what's nice about with the really good insurance, not only is what helps is the deductible is lower, and they don't want to help you. Like, our medical system doesn't want to help you until they actually have to pay for money. So as long as I have a low deductible, I can pay that real quick. And as soon as it gets into them having to start paying for shit, that's when I'll actually get the help I need. Because once they say, oh, well, you can only have this much therapy, this much therapy, this much therapy, I'll be like, all right, cool. Well, then what's after that when that doesn't work? It'll be a fucking fight because the U.S. healthcare system is just, it's a pure scam. It's just a money grab. It's a legalized money grab. I've probably put close to $100,000 in my life into the healthcare system, and God forbid you need just a fucking penny to move on. You just about got to, take them to fucking jail. Like Christ. Or take them to court. Jail. Court. Phew. Alright, sorry. Started going on. I have syringomyelia and suffer leg and back pain when it flares up. They gave me Voltaren in pill form. It's an opiate. Ah, yeah, that's no good. Anything opiate related is just blah. Have you tried mint muscle rub or a massage to relax your muscles? Says Deltic. I've in the past tried like going to like massage therapy and stuff, and like it helps for a few hours, and sometimes they even get some of the tight shit to loosen up. But for the most part, the next day I am far more sore than what it was worth for feeling less sore. Like I've never gotten to the point where I just don't feel the pain in like decades. Um, and I'm not even looking for that if I go on that nervous, if I go on uh pregabalin, I think that's what it's pronounced. Just something to take the edge off a little bit. Like last night, slept about an hour at a time. But then I got up early, kind of gave up, got up early, and ended up sleeping pretty okay for like almost 2 hours straight. It's kind of weird. No, but we're figuring it out. We need to get government and insurance companies out of healthcare as much as we can, says Josh. Yeah, that's a worldwide problem. There 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 healthcare systems that actively work to help you uh without having the number one concern being their pocketbook. That gets getting very, very far far and few in between, as it were, because nobody just cared. They just want money. And I get it with doctors. The reason they need so much goddamn money is because to be educated on how to help the population, you need to be fucking rich or a goddamn like super genius so that you can get some scholarships. Like it's ridiculous that people who genuinely want to help other people cannot because they're not rich and they cannot afford to go to medical school and get training and all that because it costs too goddamn much. Like that's the biggest problem. It starts at the very beginning. It's just it sucks. Anyway, what's up, Lemiko? Hey, just got home from a gem and mineral stone. I bought some silicon and bismuth to play with. Kind of interesting to see what I can do with it. I have no idea. As long as it doesn't explode, I guess you're good. Oh yeah, 5 o'clock, top of the hour toast, everybody. Cheers. Appreciate everyone hanging out and doing a thing. Appreciate subscribers and people clicking stuff and yeah, I don't know. Cheers. Let's see. Benji believes they sent a picture, and I do believe I did see that one. Yes. Almost looks like Gray Buddy. All right, let me show you some more kitties, and then we'll be about 10 minutes away from Pussies and Pianos. We have here from Benji, neighbor's cat that has adopted Benji. Happy little fox. Very floofy, needs to be scritched chest right there. Good kitty. Thank you for that. Here's Web Devi with a hamster. This is Web Devi, and this is my hamster. Is your hamster is standing on like a medieval style bridge. Very good. Do they know any wrestling moves like a ham slam or the ham jam? Anything like that? Had a thing going with someone for a while that had a pet hamster. We gave it a full like background wrestling bio and everything. Ooh. Let's see here. What do we got? We got a bunch of stuff from Electron Box that came in. We have the CNC machined Tricoya MDF for an LED fixture I'm making. Okay, I can do that. This is from Electron Box. Nicely cut MDF setup. Ah, is that hole? I guess that's an LED in every hole. Very good. That's ooh, that's looking a little rough down in there. I know that's like towards the tailbone, but that don't look real great. Not seeing a whole lot of spacing in there. All right. Post surgery. Hello, L5, S1, L4. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see. I'm sure at some point I'm going to have to get another MRI. I can't wait to see the results of that. All right, we have TJ has sent sushi. Wow. Okay. This is sushi from TJ. Looks like a very serious cat. Like it's like Monday morning at like 9:30, and someone asked if they had a case of the Mondays kind of look. Nice. There's MRIs when they spin up. Yeah, isn't it like 50,000 RPM or something ridiculous like that? Like when you're inside of them, like it is, uh, especially when you know what's going on, it is very sketchy. I guess would be a good word. He got a little beard. Oh yeah, he does have a little beard. Ugh. What time do cats eat hamsters? I don't think we have any cats eating hamsters today. But we will be doing Pussies and Piano in about 7 minutes or so. My dad had x-rays of his back and they said his lower spine sort of disappears, so he needs major surgery and is terrified at 83. Yeah, that's no good, especially at 83. Shit, hopefully that works itself out. MRIs are like spinning a minivan around you at 5,000 RPM. Is it 5,000? Yeah, I'm not. I know I feel like it's a 5 in there. I wasn't sure if it was 5,000 or 50,000. But yeah, they are loud. And the cage they put on you, since my spine and my neck is already like, like your head is probably like here, whereas mine is here. I can't physically like straighten my neck and back out anymore. Um, when they put that clamp on you to hold your head still, it puts so much pressure on that that bad spot in the nerve that like I almost passed out when I got the MRI done. So that's always something to look forward to too. Woofle time? Is it a woofle time, Franco? Or I mean, we could do a woofle. I mean, that would be fine. The MRI is a superconducting solenoid. It's they're insane. I've watched them a little bit. Would you mind saying how much your healthcare package costs you a month? Hold on. I don't remember. I look at it once a year and I go, I'm like, whatever. I don't really have. I have three choices. Cheapy, mid grade, and then like the primo stuff. But I can take a look here. So this is 4 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks as opposed to weekly. So this will be. I'll just figure out what it is and do times two. Uh, pay. Scratch my armpit. Burp. So, let's see. Pre-tax deduction. Where is the actual thing? So for medical, dental, and vision, I pay and this is like I have the cheapy-ish insurance. Um, I pay like, looks like about $215 every 4 weeks. So monthly it would probably be $250, 240, $250 or something like that. What's up, Chicago Tim? Katrina Bryce says if I wanted private health insurance, it would be something like £300 per year. Like, that's not bad. Lems is 75 a week. It's a scam. It absolutely is a scam. It's ridiculous because anytime you need something, they just won't do it. I'm pretty sure that I think that may actually be the cheapest tier. I may have switched it to the cheapest. I know at one point I had the mid grade, but I think I may have switched it to the cheapest. They just had open enrollment last month, but I didn't even bother looking at it. I was just like, whatever I got, just keep it going. I'm not going to be, like I said, it'll be about 2 years. By then, hopefully by then my current debt will be gone and hopefully I won't have incurred much more. My only real concern there is, I might need a roof in the next couple years, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. My old work insurance was too cheap. They didn't even cover the ambulance. Yeah, I don't even know what mine actually covers. I use it so rarely that I just do what I deal with it when I have to. I generally don't go to the doctor. Like, I don't even know if I have a primary doctor anymore or if they're even still around. Well, last time I got a checkup was like 4 or 5 years ago. So, yeah, I don't know. Mine's PPO, POP, pop, and doppel, BP, COP, mine's something. Gotta figure it out because I do gotta see about just getting this checked out. Like, I don't want to dive in yet. That's why I'm seeing if maybe getting something just to take the edge off a little bit. JNMSY sent a pic using Outlook. Will that work? It should. If you're using email, just, show at scruffdog.live. It may be slightly delayed in showing up, but it should show up. Or just to the phone number 667-290-3538. Let's see, that, and that. Let me check over here. Where is that? There that is. And boom. I'll leave that up for now. Phew. I had to get one of my wisdom teeth removed because it broke. Paid $65 to have them remove it. I didn't want it knocked. I didn't want to get knocked out. 3 weeks later, the insurance refunded me. Yeah, apparently getting wisdom teeth pulled isn't that expensive, but dental here, I kind of gave up on dental. Like, I don't. It when you go and you look at the prices, and like I literally asked the dentist the last time I went, which was many years ago. I went, what exactly am I saving by paying for dental insurance? Like, aren't you just kind of charging me pretty much the same price that anybody else would? And he just went, well, kinda. Like, I don't really give any discounts or anything for insurance. So, basically just, he told me it basically just means I know I'm going to get paid one way or the other. And I went, fair enough. All right. So, but I kind of gave up on that. um, so we'll see how that goes. I had that one tooth fall out, but that was a tooth that was glued back on 37 years ago. So. Oh man. All right. About a minute to go to Pussies and Pianos. Leah's losing her mind for some reason. I mean, this is even early for, they usually get it in like an hour and a half before a normal show time. But, let's see here. We got that set up. We got that going. Let's pull Rob up over here. That's good to go. And I got two lined up. from Rob. Two newer-ish ones, I believe they were. Don't believe we've seen him tonight yet. That's okay. Alright, let me click that there. Here, go here. Oh, we got another one from Happy Little Fox we'll look at soonish. Oh, and there's another web on Crispy Juicy Tenders. That was, oh, Chicago Ted, there we go. Alright, so we got more pictures to check out shortly. But for now, let's get ready for Pussies and Pianos. Let me take a little puff. And then we will rock on. And Ed is jumping in the scum. All right. Let's see here. Switch that on over. Let me turn the volume back up. Where are you at? Go back to where you normally are. Can I arrow key that? Really? Slider only, huh? Alright, that's cool. Well, push play and then we will begin the and the laundry basket is there. I set it down last week and Tiny Mama jumped right into it and immediately just started fending everyone off for about an hour. So I just call it Fort Mama. So I'm gonna leave that there for a little while. She likes hanging out in it. Anyway, let's begin. Alright, that was 2 in a row from Rob. The Pianoman Rob, much appreciated. As always, he's currently not here, but he usually watches these later on. So he will appreciate your comments, as I know he does try to go back and read them. Alright, let me flip that. We're plowing through pretty quick today, a little quicker than usual, kind of seems like. Beefcake is looking. Yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can get something for Beefcake next time. What's going on, Vera? Admiral Rascals. I hope Rob made an album of this music. Not that I am aware of. I have a collection of what he has sent of sorts, and one of these days we're going to sit down and actually, like, I guess, organize it. Because right now it's a little hodgepodge as far as like naming goes, but yeah, we just gotta get around to that. But either way, we have a collection, and every once in a great while he may try to do a live one. But lately it's been the pre-recordeds, which is just fine. Oh yeah, and Chipmunk, what's up, Chippy? Just posted a link to Rob's channel if you would like to see some of his other stuff. He messes with Legos as well. He does he dabbled in some stop motion Lego stuff. Not sure if he's going to keep going with that or not, but he's got a couple of test things up there that look really good. Songs for Pussies. Yes, Franco. Sure that would go over quite well. Red Dwarfer, our boy has gone full wide-eyed maniac mode. Currently, he's simultaneously savaging a shopping bag, a ball, and the rug. Yeah, they can multitask when they want to. Alright, looks like everything's moving along. Good, good. Got that going, got that. Alright. Watch the kitties do their thing, and then we shall continue on. Oh, and we still have more pictures rolling in from a couple people. The alerts are going off all over the place, as they do. We have 2 kitties from Electron Box. That's Warriatka and somebody else. I will do my best to keep track of kitty cats' names, but I cannot guarantee it. But I will try. I cannot believe Lee is not in there bullying Ronnie out of food. I guess she's just going to go with staring really hard for a while. Which, granted, that does sometimes work. Oh, there's still a lot of food on that plate, too. It's because Spaz only eats the gravy. Oh, I'm surprised Lee hasn't reached a paw in yet to try and scoop some out. I think we've seen her do that plenty of times before. She tries to be sneaky. Delta Mike, apparently I got a gift membership earlier. Yes, the gift memberships were flying earlier, that is for sure. Again, thanks everybody. But yeah, that definitely went for it. Those cat dishes really work. They work pretty good at keeping most of the food in. They definitely keep a lot more of it in than the other ones did. I still obviously have the other ones. I'll just use them myself. God, look at her eat. She's eating like she's never eaten food before. Good lord. The camera's acting like it's never focused on anything before. It's my only really gripe with Logitech. If you don't have like professional studio lighting and like the sun like mounted on your ceiling, like it will just travel focus all over the place unless you manually set it to just be blurry-ish. Alright, well, we're just about done, and then we won't have to deal with that camera. Because she is rifling through that fucking food. Jeez. I mean, I know she's got to keep her pooferness up, but it is funny to watch them eat sometimes. Like, they just act like they never had food before. Ooh, David Garcia, I stepped on the old Edison light bulb when I was a kid, and it was a glass one, and I crushed it. Yeah, I've had some glass issues with old Edison bulbs before. Yeah, those plates, they were what, like $6 or $7 a piece from Amazon? Came in a set of 5. One of these days, I'm gonna have to. I don't think I've ever. Have I shown you the teaspoons I have of little cats that came in some like little set thing, like little hanging cat spoons? 422. Wow, 422. Oh, yeah, I guess I did miss that. That was in the middle of or the beginning of all this. All right. Yeah, like happy 420. Have a shot, have a drink, have a sip, have a puff. Happy 420-ish. Now she's just looking everywhere for food. I just refilled their food bowl like, I don't know, an hour before the stream. Like brand new food bag, cut it open, they all come running. Filled that up, filled the outside cat. I have a separate container for the outside cats. I filled up their container. And I only have 2 more things for cat treats. So I definitely got to hit the food store. Actually, I forgot that. Let me hold on a sec while we're watching her finish vacuuming. Let me make sure I put Gushy food on, yeah, cat Gushy food. And I just need, I opened the last gigantic bag of cat food. So let me get more cat food. I still got a big thing of treats. Can't say that word too loud. All right. There is that. Again, thanks to Rob for the music. What's up, Nigel Gunn? Large pendulous memories. Yes, yes. Always nice. How are we? Oh, 0G boobies. Ah, I got you, Franco. Not bad, not bad. Good, good. The gray cat is a real pig. She is very poofy. She not only is her fur poofy, but she herself is a little poofy herself. So you get that double poofness, which really is, yeah. But that's what she does. Like all the Tiny Mama's kids were completely different. You had, a Russian blue. You had Larry. He's a Russian blue. Built like your typical Russian blue. Like if you watch, I know a lot of us, it seems, get similar videos. If you watch shorts, there's this one gray cat, very handsome fella, and they do like the hand toss thing, and they hold their hands, and he like boom boom. He'll tap like where he thinks the treat is. I mean, obviously it's recorded, so yeah, whatever. But he looks a lot like that guy. And then you had a black cat with just a couple of little bits and pieces of hair here and there, who she was truly a house panther because Trent was very big. She was a very big cat. and she was a black cat, so she was, as Colin Marmalade said, she was absolutely a tiny house panther. Yeah, we can do a woofle again here in a moment. And then there's Ronnie, as you saw, he's a little creamy blondie cat. Then it was Poofers, also known as Lee Scratch Perry. She's just, a dilute tortie who was built kind of like her mama. Well, kind of like probably her mama would have been if her mom actually had food while she was outside. And then after that was Jeff, who was like a red and white cat. So he was red cat with a white undercarriage. Batfink, I have to ask what is the thing on my shirt? That is a mouse pewter or a mouse badge. Someone on here who goes by Mouse. I guess if one of the mods wouldn't mind posting his Etsy like store links. It's a channel buddy in the UK that makes these little things with different colors, sometimes of the same color. He's also got like that I wear sometimes. And you can get this in like different colors. And then there's this one. Does this have? Yeah, it has a battery in it. He's got a little store up there. He makes them himself. Little thing, mouse pewters. He's got it on Etsy and another site. But if nobody puts it up there, just search for flashy things on Etsy, and you should pop those right up. No, they run off of a little coin the 2032 coin batteries. There you go. Whoop. There you go, flashy thing. That's his Etsy shop. And there is the front. Let me give you some light. You can see the traces. This is all hand designed and all that by Mouse. He's usually here. He's got stuff. He's got stuff going on. Supercomputer 70 style, $6 million man, and all. Yeah, all the. They're loosely based on like the old school science shows where he always had walls full of flashing lights and stuff. All right. So apparently our Queen Liz would like to do another VertoThermoWhoofle. So shall we do that? Everybody, let me take another puff here. Trying to keep it pretty going, like as we've been going, like my arm and shoulder have been doing various levels of ratchet strap tightening us, you know what I mean? But I haven't been moving as much. I haven't been reacting to it, so it hasn't come in and stuck. It's been kind of fading out a little bit, so I think we're going to be all right. But I need to keep up my medicine level to try, because the Motrin doesn't seem to be helping anymore. But try that again. There you go. Batfink, Chipmunk just posted the 2 links to the stores. He also has like these right there. Those are bigger versions of some that he has. He has a bigger star and like a big square mouse pewter. So the different stores have different ones as well. All right, let me top off the woofle juice here first. That is thick. All right. All right. So let's VertoThermoWhoofle. And number 1. Get one a little bit closer to Freddy. Number 2. Ooh, that was a good one. And number 3. And the up close. What we got here? Ooh. I'm a bit lost as I don't smoke anything, says Batfink. Oh, you don't need to smoke anything. We do a lot of toasts here that if you choose to have a shot, have a sip of beer, have a smoke, you know, whatever you do to keep yourself loose, even if that's just having a drink of fucking nice homemade iced tea. That's what we do when we toast and we cheers on here. Woo! Hey, look, my hand's not fucking like freezing like it usually is. Not so bad. All right.
I will swallow your soul, no disassemble, no.
Sorry. So yeah, we're doing Johnny 5, Lego, if you didn't know. Quick put the phone in toilet. Quick put phone in toilet. You are welcome, Queen Liz Edwards. You have yourself a good evening as well. Alright, I just found these without this. How very naughty. We use these for Legos. Oh, nice software. You don't sound like a robot. Yeah, we're getting there. We have, as you can see, we have one of his arms. Now we're working on the head, which basically looks like something out of Mortal Kombat. Like fucking Scorpion just ripped his head and spine out. Like, finish him! But I mean, you know, you can also do... That's closer to what he looks like in most of the movie. But this is, actually a motor right here, so he can tilt his head and stuff. It's fully robotic. Most of it's robotic. We'll probably finish it in a couple weeks. Top Smoke, I actually have Jaeger here, but going to have tea tonight. Nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with having some good tea on a good night. Oh, what is that? I'm calling back? Huh? Hello? Yeah. Are you bored? Yeah. Yeah, all right. Nah. Anytime you want to call, that's just fine. Just fine. All right. Okay, thanks. So, cheers again, everybody. I have found lately that the flower seems to help a little bit more than the vapes. I don't know if that's because I do flower less. Like I really only use flower when I'm streaming at this point. For the most part, sometimes at night I'll have a joint, but I don't use flowers much. So I'm wondering that's probably why that seems to help a little bit more often. So it also helps that I'd usually do that at the beginning of the stream because then I can sit a little bit longer, sit a little bit better. Hey, what's up, Just Me? I feel like I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Welcome. Maurice Walker, Jaeger tea is a thing, but doesn't contain Jägermeister. Well, I mean, anything can contain Jägermeister. Well, Franco was having some Bailey's Irish. I guess that was Bailey's Irish Cream, your standard issue Bailey's. They were enjoying some of that earlier, which when I drank, I would actually usually have that on Saturdays and Sundays with like my first, second, sometimes third coffee. Um, but I mean, it was really good. And you know what? If you didn't have much to do that day, a little bit of alcohol in the morning was okay. You weren't getting drunk or anything like that. All right. Anyway, let's do one more round of pictures, real quick, and then we'll either do some more later or we'll save some for next time. Let's see here. We saw Sushi, very stern kitty, very serious, not here to take shit. We have Happy Little Fox sent a close up. Here, we'll show. This is Happy Little Fox's neighbor's kitty that we showed earlier. And here is the picture they sent of the boop snoot close up. I like the coloration around the snoot. That's really cool. Very floofer. Looks like an awesome cat. So thank you for that again. Well, I like there's a little discoloration in the eyes. Like if you've ever watched Maru the cat, like the original box cat from 2008, I believe is when they first started. You saw the cat just jumping into boxes. Well, they still are around. I find it amazing that Mario was the original box cat and somehow their channel doesn't even have 1 million subscribers. But it's been around for almost 17 years. What the hell? Anyway, sorry. So it was from Happy Little Fox. Now we have from Chicago Ted, a fresh one from Crispy Juicy Tenders, who we saw last week. I think this is, yeah. Was that a little bit of grass stuck in their snoot? Jeff, who kind of looks like Crispy Juicy Tenders there, as I said last week, he ate basil all the time. He loved eating fresh basil, so I grew basil plants for a while just so he could like walk up to them and eat them. He'd like sleep next to them, like guarding them. He really liked. And then Lee Poofers, she really likes dried basil. See, from Electron Box, we have Warikata and Satka, Mad Woman, and Naughty. Polish words. I like the squint on Patska. Like, they know what's up. Oh, yeah. Wow, she has that look on her face like, you do realize I'm charging you for this picture, right? And the other one's squinting like, I have no idea what looks like she's sitting on a burrito. Like, are you getting ready to burrito wrap your cat? Like, that looks way too much like a burrito that she's sitting on. Like you may need a bigger burrito for that size cat. Just saying. Yeah, the other one, she is not happy to see you right now. She does not want her picture taken, or their picture taken. Safety squints, yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, I've learned in my time there's no point for safety squints. If it's coming, it's coming. Just let it roll. Hey, here's one from Chippy, a colleague's dog that thinks they can drive, which I'm sure they can. They probably drive better than most of the people in the fucking States. And it is weird seeing your steering wheel on the wrong side. I don't know why you people put it on the wrong side, but whatever you want to do. That's a cool puppers. Like do they typically like does she typically keep the speed limit, or is she a little hellion out there? And how's my girl doing there, Chippy? Whew. Found you can pay cats in treats for their appearance fee. Yeah, that's probably true. I think so. They both know stuff. Yeah, they have inside information. Why did a big fat chunk of chat just disappear? I have no idea. Well, that's weird. Mine changed to live chat. Like it wasn't like that earlier. I wonder if something just refreshed. Something weird happened. Yeah, mine just went from live chat to top chat, which is bullshit. Most of the, I'd say a pretty good percentage of the stuff we say here would probably not make it through a filter. She's doing okay. Good, good. Good to hear. Good to hear. You folks seem gentle and mellow. I like that. It makes a nice change from other chats. Says Badfink too. Yeah, we're pretty chill here. We just has been described by Clive and myself. Like we're basically just a bunch of nerds and geeks and dorks just kind of sitting around having a chill session. You know, it's almost like we're at the bar or the smoke shop, sitting somewhere, just chill, relaxing, talking about stuff, talking shit about Boeing and all them fucking idiots. You know, what you do. On Sundays, I play video games. We're currently playing Scum. That's really chill because that's like a slow, it's like a slow, grindy game with like exciting moments. And then Wednesdays we put together Legos. Again, super chill stream. Like I don't, there's nothing too high energy except some of my forklift streams. Apparently, people think I shouldn't be playing with Legos that weigh 3,000 pounds at a time. But hey, that's fine. I think I'm a nerd too, though as a professional musician years back, I never fit anywhere, so total nerd. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nerds unite. And I think the other thing that's interesting, like we've had a couple trolls come through here, not careless about trolls. We've had a couple trolls come through here that I've talked shit back to, and now they just kind of show up every once in a while, like, all right, so what do you got? I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I don't know. It's and we do get sex bots here sometimes too. That's usually a happy moment. Like we usually celebrate that because that means like I'm getting advertised, quote, somewhere. You know what I mean? But we just kind of do our thing here. I had a drone stream on Thursday. We did an inspection of what's left of the Francis Scott Key that collapsed. It was it April. Because I live in I work where I work, I literally looked at it every day. So I just was at work and flew the drone out. See, we got to see that. Sex bots at your house? No, not currently. Um, I suppose. I mean, if they get advanced enough, I might be able to save up once. I mean, I guess we can see. Not seen any sex bots for about a year. We've in see this year we've had two instances. Um, early on, I think there's been 5 instances the entire channel history. Yeah, I got to work out that whole that thing with the quotes there, Jacques Attack. But yeah, I forgot you got to do a closing thing, so I'll have to let me see if I can do that real quick. Let's see if that'll work. Where is Brave? Oh, I do actually have that open. Okay, let's go back to the Cheers one. Now you're all saying I need to put the closing uh where the hell's the edit? Why is this being oh, I gotta put the closing things on there. Okay, let's see. Let me put the closing blickies on there to see if that will work. Let me save that. We do, sometimes we troubleshoot live. That's just kind of what we do. Most of us are pretty cool with it. It's got a, oh, that doesn't have a closing on it. Shit. Okay. See, it did, no, I didn't save. That's weird. It didn't actually save. Actually completely reverted. That's dumb. Save, please. Saved. Good. Try that again. Save, please. Thank you. I have noticed that with stream elements. Sometimes you tell stuff to save and it pretends it does, and then you hit a refresh and it's like, we have no idea what you're talking about. You never hit that button. All right. Yeah, see, it just is not part. It's. I feel like it's such a hard paste that it's just not going to load. I'm gonna have to look up how to do that. I may actually have to. Let's try this. Somebody just type that out, and I will see if I can actually paste the icons directly into it. One repair. No, we don't have a repair thing yet. Ow. Alright, where's copy? Like, what if I just copy paste this? Copy, paste. It's plain text. The beers don't load. Yeah, okay. So what do I gotta do to make it load? I actually have to get rid. Yeah, that's so that. So it's like you almost have to manually hit that last key. So let me just get the symbols themselves. Oh, son of a biscuit. Alright, let me copy that. Copy. Paste. Ah, good lord. This thing is being a derp. So that would be that, and then underscore. Blinking glasses with a closer. Why isn't it wanting to be a closer? Oh, it kind of knocked out all the under. What in the French? Clinking glasses, yes. And then a cheers, another scruff cheers. The glasses thing isn't working. Now it is. That's not working. Let me just delete that and just punch it in manually. Hit enter. Now let me try to copy that as symbols. Copy. Come down to here. Just do a straight paste. And the scruff cheers isn't working because that's a custom icon. That's fine. Can we get the regular icons to work? All right, now I'll give it a shot. Let's see what it does. No, the double spaces don't. It's kind of weird. I don't understand. Okay, now we go. All right, so now we know the custom ones aren't going to work, but the regular Yahoo ones will, and then I can expand on that. All right. Oh, you know why the custom ones don't work? Because Stream Elements isn't a member. So the custom Scrufdog cheers won't work for that. So I'll feather that around a little bit. Let's see. Can I just straight up copy and paste that? Just at least give it double, triple, quad. Sure. There you go. Call that pretty good right there. Switch that back down. There. We're good there. Chippy chippy. Yeah, there's no menu or list or anything like that. It's pretty basic. If you notice my avatar, I need to find a decent fat. I can't see. Let's see. Can't tell what that is. That something in a glass case? Ooh. Is that the custom cheers? Yes. That is the custom cheers app. There we go. Big cheers. I think it's on a 15-second cooldown. Oof. How can I send you a picture of my cats? Asks Mark Bull. Either through WhatsApp, if you're like out of the United States, you can use WhatsApp. Or if you're in the United States, just use the same phone number for either of them. It is 667-290-3538. Again, that's 667-290-3538. We have lots of pictures people have sent in, and eventually I am going to see about making like a little gallery of YouTube, or picture gallery of just everything people have sent in. And I'll ask for permission, obviously, before I do that for any of them. Yeah, but I think we do tend to get waves of booby comments through the channel, so I went ahead and just kind of put that command in there too. As you do. Eight, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. It's starting to sound like a sex channel. Yeah, that's good lord. I'd have to have some before we could like start doing anything about it. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot the top of the hour toast. Let me go ahead and finish this up. Let me rotate. Oh, and actually, I got one puff out of it. Let me stuff that back down in there. Trying to see if I could find any different tonal spots. Sorry. Cheers, everybody. Bacardi was around the corner from where I am, but left about 10 years ago, says Bat Fink. Yeah, we actually live, for those that drink Guinness Blonde, we actually, I don't know if we're still in there or not, but we were actually the ones maintaining that facility down around here. We also do a lot of work for, I think it's Budweiser distribution. Sex is better than a fart joke night. Well, I mean, like, sometimes you put the two together and you can have a pretty funny night too. There, Brian. What's up, Asmo? Bong water swamps. That would be. Oh my god! Like, I know swamps themselves don't necessarily smell awesome, but if it was a bong water swamp, that would be fucking terrible. I mean, if it was going to be stinky bong water swamp, that would mean that there had to be some buds somewhere, so it might work out. Steve Adlers is out. Thanks for hanging out. You yourself have a good week and a good weekend as well. The creatures living there in the bong water swamp. Can you imagine it be like zombie, like super zombie stoners? Bong frogs. Bong happy. Like, are you saying we'd be able to use like a native frog to smoke out of? Or just frogs that exist in the bong? They're Admiral Rascals. Because if we could find a natural animal that could also double as a smoking device, that would be pretty wild. Jonathan Hughes is good with water and ice in a bong. That's good. Mint mouthwash, as I tend to do, is also good. The only thing with minty mouthwash is you gotta watch, because like in my dab rig, when I puff on that, since mouth wash tends to bubble, you have to know that you're going to get a little bit of splat, bubble from the mouthwash as you're pulling in. So just expect that, but it's really not a big deal. Just frogs that live in your bong water. Okay, okay. So we're not smoking out of the frogs. That's fine. That's fine. What about bong toads? Because you got to lick the toad. Lick the toad. Can we have bong toads as well? Or they would be, I guess they would be probably more referred to as toki toads. Toki toads. I think that would work. Why don't we, next time we have to name a new species of toad. Let's see if we can get them to call them toki toads. Has what been up a lot? Has what been up a lot? What? Chippy? The frogs are getting smoked out though. Well, I mean, a good bong toad like and would enjoy a good smoke out. I'll tell you what. Hypnotoad, yeah, I guess Hypnotoad would be like that could be their not their leader per se, which would be the obvious one for Hypnotoad because it is Hypnotoad. Um, something of an ambassador. I don't know. Remember, we always have to put too much thought into this kind of thing because that's what we do here. I keep looking at that. The Bochi mustard again from C2S. And we have hot sauce, fermented hot sauce on the way from Jonathan Hughes. And I saw something else might be showing up. I'll have to look at later. Oh, hell, Hypnotoad. A boobies ambassador. Wow, I mean, just seeing the 90s, that would have been Pamela Anderson, I guess. Her boobies just seemed to be everywhere in the 90s. I don't know whose boobies are everywhere nowadays. I don't pay a whole lot of attention anymore to like who's got the boobs now. Like, is there a boob representative right now? Like Pamela Anderson, I guess we talked about boobs in the 90s. You were talking about Pamela Anderson. What about now? Is that one person out there now? Or there's just a bunch of them competing for it? Anyone else doing inclined bed therapy? I've heard of that. Their Deltic engine. Anybody else doing that? I guess share some advice maybe. Inclined bed therapy. I've heard of that. I feel like I've tried that in some ways. All right, we're not going to crack the neck. We're just going to try and move some stuff around. Batfink, I haven't seen boobies in years. You haven't seen anything live and in person in almost 5 years. I'm pretty okay with that right now. Franco says there seem to be a lot of flat-chested ones out there this year or nowadays. I don't know what. I guess I don't know. Is Taylor Swift? Is she one of the? Is she a boob mascot, or is she just more of a Taylor Swift all-encompassed mascot? Like I don't know. Really fucking creepy hearing Donald Trump calling her like very beautiful. Was it? Did he say like suspiciously beautiful or some weird fucking thing? Old ass motherfucker talking all kinds of weird horny shit about Taylor Swift. Like what the fuck? How about Naomi Wu? Yeah, she is. Well, I mean that's pretty good. She was known for her boobage. Is she still doing anything, or is she still kicking it low key? Like I never really watched her videos. Every once in a while, one would just like come by, and I'd look, and I'd be like, okay, it's like usually if it had something to do with like the Ender threes, I would watch. But besides that, just as he talked about his daughter. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, fucking creepy. Uh, yeah, I feel like I saw a headline that something new came out with Trump and his daughter and his creepy fucking shit. Just keeping a low profile. Okay, she is still kind of being low key. Yeah, I heard she had some issues. I didn't know if it was still just kind of keeping low or if anything had changed. That sucks. Yeah, and you know how trouble with China goes. One day you just disappear. Another thing, you learn about the culture over there of cheaters. Like being like an open hacky game cheater thing is seems to be a very big part of their culture. As I've been finding out more and more lately, looking into it. kind of like their own super YouTube of watching people just come over onto international servers, like international to them, just to wreck people's day, and they get paid to do that. That's fucking really interesting. Like, I don't mind throwing a cheat code down every once in a while, or throwing some kind of little exploit here and there, but I will never use it against a PvP or in a PvP setting. I will never use any hacks or cheats or anything like that versus a player. That I ain't gonna pay for a fucking cheat. Uh, like apparently, like that shit is now like monthly subscription fees or something like that. I hear the people at work talking about it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Like everything's a monthly subscription fee now, but apparently you have to subscribe to hacks. Like, what the fuck? Like it is that much of an organized business. That's fucking amazing. Yeah, exactly, Chippy. Like tell me like you haven't played if you played Doom more than once, like you haven't dropped an IDDQD or an ID or an IDKFA or at least an IDFA. You know what I mean? Just to have fun in single player mode or just it is absolutely ridiculous. But cheating being winning is a Chinese culture thing. Like that is like that's what I've heard. Like I've never really realized that in like their culture like that. Like it's kind of encouraged to cheat to win, to do whatever it takes, just fucking win. Like that's kind of sucks, you know what I mean? Like to the point where like people get paid just to ruin players' experiences. But I mean, that's why like on a lot of games, if private servers are offered, that's why you find most of your player base there because official servers are usually just full of cheaters that don't, you know, because there's no admins around. Anyway, oh, trying to stretch the shoulder without messing with the neck too much. I never cheat on anything. Maybe I should start, says Batfic. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fire up Doom from 1993. You can usually get it for a couple bucks off of Steam. It'll play on pretty much any computer that boots. You know, drop an IDDQD, God mode, IDKA, or IDFA. That way you get all your bullets, no keys. Just run out and you have fun. But it's single player. It's not affecting anybody. You're not trying to do speed. Ooh, you're not trying to punch the microphone. You're not trying to do speed runs. Like I've used exploits here and there, but like I said, never in a PvP environment because at that point, that's like that's not cool. Not cool at all. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That was fingernail against the little spring holder right here. That. Like you squeeze these two to get the microphone out of the floating frame. I may one day get one of those silent arms, but I may not. Like I wonder if I did, I'd probably move the microphone around more because I'd kind of kick back more and I'd be more apt to like do that. But I worry the noise is just a little much, but and it's already got foam like, wedged in the springs to keep it quiet. Because Christ, when I first started using this, oh my god, this thing was loud. You could like go against it. It would just be like. It's not too bad now. Anyway, Z2S, I miss Game Shark. Yeah, like plug your Nintendo in your cartridge into this, and you plug this cartridge that's the size of this fucking keyboard into like your Nintendo or whatever, and you just have fun. You goof around. There's your IDDQD of every game out there. Chipmunk can't use Doom 95 itself. It is 16-bit. Would have to run it in VMware. That's why I say you go to Steam. Steam has the universal version of Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom whatever. Doom, I believe, works on, I think Doom Eternal, even up to Doom Eternal. I think that's ported for Linux too, if I'm not, or I'm sorry, ported for Linux as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, NVIDIA, what was that? NVIDIA GOG, games on the go, games on something. Is that still around, Asmo? I thought that kind of like faded out. Redneck Atheist, Scrufdog, exploits, cheats are fun when you want to see what happens when you break the game. Like, yeah, like, as long as you're not fucking with somebody else's player experiences, by all means, like, have fun with your exploits and your cheats. Just don't do it so that it affects other players' experiences. Phil Liam Project, what's going on? You sub to Rob's channel and to mine. I thank you. Phil Liam Project, do you have your own channel going on there? If you do, what is your channel all about? Because I don't mind anybody talking about their channels on mine. We're all here to hang out. What's up, Andrew? 24. This around. Good old games. GOG. Ah, gotcha. Ow. Ah. I thought that was, yeah, a games on demand kind of thing. What's going on, Andrew? 24, your first time. Hey, we're just doing our thing, chilling. How you doing? Some of you clever ones know I was already in here. Okay. Some of the clever ones. Let's see. Let's click that. Ah. A musician, it looks like. William is a music composer, producer, multi-instrumentalist from England, currently residing in Canada. I create chill, ambient, and cinematic music. Other genres will be on my upcoming new channel. Very nice. Let me subscribe. Yeah, hit that bell. I will check that out. 1.27k subscribers. Very good. 12 videos. Yeah, I'll take a look. That's cool. Always like original music. Appreciate you hanging out. When are we going to build a full-size Johnny 5? You know, I feel like those probably exist if you look around hard enough. I don't know why, but I'm sure you can find some sort of thing, or I feel pretty confident that someone probably has a 3D printing thing that you could print tons of pieces and put together a full-size Johnny 5. I mean, I saw one, I'm pretty sure they have one that is a full-size xenomorph, aliens, the big grrr dragon thing from Aliens, the xenomorphs. Like, I'm pretty sure that someone has a glue-together full-size kit for that. Phil is Batfink. Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. Ooh. Mr. A Cake, my channel counts leaves. That's cool. Thank you for the drone stuff. Hey, no problem, Andrew. I'm trying to get back out there a little bit more. I do have a bunch of old drone stuff too. I don't know if you're newish. There was that one from Thursday, and then I used to do a lot more back in the day as well. And I'm going to try to do a little bit more coming up as time allows, as it were. The guy from Mythbusters made something like a Johnny 5, but with a 7-Up machine attached to it. That sounds familiar. Actually. I feel like I may have seen that way in the back. Ranquist. Mods and cheats have saved Starfield. It was getting pretty stale, but now I'm running about in a huge ship as Boba Fett, and it's awesome again. There you go. Just do your thing. Apparently, is anybody looking, I guess while you're here, and what's that? Saying thanks to the donors of gifted memberships from Built the Mic. Again, yes, thank you to everyone, and Delta Mike thanks you as well, and thank you, Delta Mike, for hanging out. Delta Mike also has a channel. If you want to check out his channel, it's the Days in a Life of a Homeless Man, a Hobo, or a Tramp, his own words, living in Terraveca Spring, Spain, a beach. I don't know. I always forget how to say that. But check out his channel as well. He just went through 1,000 and what I think he just surpassed 1,100. A bunch of little channels here are just taking their time working their way up. Like I just hit 1250 again. I kind of like hit it, bumped into it once, dropped, and then kind of came back up. We need a link to it. Where is the mouse? Channel. The Delta Mike's channel. Google would stop being all derp out. There's Chippy's got it. And Craig. What's up, Craig Matthews? How you doing? Colin. New York City CNC built a full-size Johnny 5. I've watched them a couple times, Colin. I wonder if I've seen that one. Oh, that kind of sounds familiar. But yeah, I feel like there's been a few people that have done that, which is awesome. Oh, and I did notice someone I work with who also comes on the channel, Subsonic Subaru. They want to put like a voice module in Johnny 5, and what's nice is the head in here is hollow. There is nothing in here, so you have a space about the size of those blocks all the way through here to fit like a little nano or little tiny Arduino or Pi based device in there with a nice speaker. No, not Brandon. Not Brandon VRT. This is a subsonic Subaru. They pop in when they can. And actually, I wonder. We also had someone new show up for the drone stream. That I don't know if they stop in a lot, other times or not. But someone I work with, their boy Jackson, rolled in. What's up, Jackson? If you're watching. They said, hey, like way early in the stream. I saw that in chat before I started flying. And like I said, it's a little difficult to interact with chat while you're flying a drone that's 2 miles away. If anyone else needs a sub, no, not the type you eat, or spank. There's definitely different types of subs. But yeah, if anybody's got, anybody wants to talk about their channel, by all means. Gas Masher's got a channel. Puts different tractory based and maintenance based, grill based, bunch of cool videos on Gas Master's channel as well. At Kalar's not here. He's got a big channel. He hangs out. He does the old school tech. Oh, there's Brad's guitar garage. Brad's got a big old channel. He's down in Australia, so he's somewhere around October right now. They're so far out in the future. But Brad's got a good channel as well. Anywhere from teardowns to just talking shop to repairs. Hey, Akalar is here. Okay, there's Akalar's channel. Akalar, did you know, like, oh God, what was it, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I did a teardown and we messed around with a old school voltmeter from, I think it was like 1943, 44-ish. I'll have to bring that upstairs one day and show you on stream when I see you pop in. There's Chippy with at Cars. It's always Oktoberfest at Brad's Guitar Garage. Well, not necessarily. You do, how many dry months do you do a year? So I know you do some dry months. I feel like you do 2 or 3 a year. I have a channel, but I think I pulled all my videos. This says Graham Shaw. That's all right. That color. I've just finished some more voltmeters. got to do something else for a change. There you go. Yeah, Kalar's got a fun channel. Uh, Probably one of the best ways I feel you could present information, their particular style. I'd like to get a Simpson 260. Dry July. Simpson 260. What is that? I have a Simpson meter downstairs. Is that just the classic one of them classic? You don't have a Simpson 260 at all? All right, I can probably get you one. Um, just the old classic Simpson meter. I can probably get you one. I'll let you know. Uh, we'll talk. All right. Bonk, boink, bonk, Mr. AK. Yeah, like I said, I don't mind people talking about their channels here. Obviously, it's my moderators or myself would have to post the link, but I don't mind. Like, we're all here to have a good time. Share a little bit of info, hang on out. Megavolt Meister's got a channel right there. What is Mega? I think am I subscribed to that? I feel like I might be. Let me take a look. Oh, how am I? Oh, wow, 16 years ago. Ooh. Got some classic YouTube videos on there. All right, let's take a look at that. Nice. Vega Megavolt Mike's channel. Delta Mike. Phil Liam. Alright. There's someone eBay. I just need. Yeah, I was going to say, you should be able to find them pretty much anywhere. They were super popular, super common. Like, I have one downstairs that's in a couple pieces. And I believe I know where I could probably get some other ones, but. Oh, you don't own any analog meters? I got that. Let's see. I have like a quote unquote modern one somewhere downstairs. I got that one from the 40s. And I got that Simpson that's in a couple pieces. I think that's the only analog ones I have, actually. And I still eventually want to make a circuit for the one from the 40s that just slowly, like just every once in a while, just slowly rolls the dial up and then back down. Like set it to like, like a 2 volt range and have it like every hour, maybe even have a clock circuit like on a tiny computer that like just at the hour, it just goes, just hangs out for a few seconds and then just right back down. Or maybe like just at midnight, just enough to work it every once in a while, real gently, so that it never binds up, kind of thing. Like, I feel like that would be pretty okay to do. Michelle is snoring next to me. Well, there you go. That would be a perfect time to do cartwheels then. Like, honestly, I gotta tell you. Lori 21, I still have my first VTVM from Heathkit, a 6-inch analog meter. I don't have my first meter, but I still have the very first set of wire cutters my parents bought me. Way old school Craftsman, just regular, nothing special, plier style wire cutters. I still have those downstairs and I still use them. So those are, fuck, that was when I was 10. Those are 37 years old. They got a little bit of rust on them, but like, I don't want to mess with them. So I just just let them do their thing. A tiny fan will give it some DC when the wind is right. Yep. The right type of DC fan can also act as a generator, if that's what you're talking about. I have two A Weston 785 and a triplet 601. Yeah, I forget what the model on that one downstairs is. I'd have to go back to figure out where the stream is. It's sitting downstairs in the lab area on a shelf. think it has a notebook sitting on top of it. I keep looking at that mustard like, hey, what's up, baby? How you doing? Trying to think, what do I have with me that I could use that on tonight? And I could make some French fries and just fucking dip it. Like I like dipping French fries in mustard occasionally. I may have a burger stuff here. I'll have to see if I have any more patties. I'll try this. The C2S burger mustard. I still use my Hoiki 307 to 3-inch analog meter, says Lori. Yeah, I want to get around to fixing up the Simpson. It was something that looked like a couple. Sorry. Looked like someone like attempted to try and fix something on it and just fucking thrashed the shit out of it. I think we tore that down, or we're looking at it on stream as well. I'm gonna see if I can get around to fixing it once I can get the workbench like back into regular production. French fries and mayonnaise. Now I don't get that, Jonathan Hughes. I've tried it. I was not impressed, but I don't really like mayonnaise either. So, fried egg sandwich and pancakes with mustard. I don't know that we want to put mustard on pancakes, Lockwatcher. I mean, granted, I understand that when it comes to pancakes, you are king. You are master pancakerer. Pancakerer. Yeah, that's fine. But I don't know that we're gonna rock the mustard with it. My wife picked up a bottle of Arby's horsey sauce for me. That is a fucking great dip. I love that shit. When I go to Arby's, I get the roast beef sandwich. I put the Arby's sauce and horsey sauce on it so that it's just like, and basically as I eat it, half of it falls out onto the wrapper. And then I dip my fries in what's on the wrapper, and I usually get a little bit more than that too. I love doing that, getting that from Arby's. I get the Arby's curly fries. Like a lot of the grocery stores carry Arby's curly fries. I get those a lot too. I may actually have some in the freezer right now. I want to do another one of those loco. What did I call it? The loco choco moco. When you do the rice. Put down a bed of rice, put some gravy, put a hamburger patty down, put on some gravy. Then I put a chicken patty down, put on some gravy, and then I put a fried egg on top with a little more gravy. I want to try one of those again. I haven't had that in a while. I call it the Loco Choco Moco because of the added chicken. I like putting that extra chicken patty in there. I really like eating a chicken patty and a beef patty at the same time. They really do go well together. Ooh, that's a little tight on this side. Not going to pull too much. Not too much. Yeah, it's definitely tight as shit over here. Like one of the muscles, like going from like neck down into shoulder blade area is like, it's like, oh yeah. That's one of those things, like I know a muscle relaxer would help, but then the rest of me be all derped out too, so that's fine. Oh yes, I did step it up quite the big notch there, Gassy. I actually made the first one I remember telling y'all, I didn't have rice. I used couscous, which is like an African wheat grain thing that kind of looks like poofy rice, whatever, but it's really good, really lightweight. That worked really well with it too. Couscous works great with gravy. Of course, rice works great with gravy. I mean, pretty much everything worked good with gravy. Okay? Just kind of keep that in mind. I feel like there's a reverb thing going on here. I don't know. Anyway. Definition of gravy, not the white stuff. Well, no. Sausage gravy is a white gravy. Sausage gravy is really fun to make. And you get a good high-fat sausage. You fry it up. You get it out of there. You actually can put it in like one of the metal strainers just to get as much as you can in the pan. You, what else? See, sometimes I'll add a little bit of bacon grease in there too. Put in some almond milk because I don't do regular milk anymore. Put in some strong coffee, some hot sauce, a lot of pepper, And then eventually, once that's all like kind of settled and stirred and everything, put the sausage back into it. Let it simmer for a while. And then you put that over top of fresh. Fuck. That over top of a freshly made biscuit or scone or whatever you biscuit heads call it. The dinnery savory thing with lots of butter. You put that down first, then you put your scrambled eggs down, then you put your sausage gravy down, then you put your sausage gravy down, and then you put your sausage gravy down, and then you get ready to eat, you mix it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit, make sure that gravy's mixed, and then you put some more sausage gravy down. Then you're usually pretty good right there. You're pretty much just looking for an excuse to eat the sausage gravy, and the egg and the biscuit are what just kind of hold it for you. Gravy is brown. No, Delta, man, no. See, here's the thing. See, this is why it sucks that you're so far over there. Because I would absolutely bring you the the wizardry of a proper fucking white sausage gravy. Which I will say, it's called a white gravy, but it usually comes in just a shade pink because of the hot sauce that's in it. But still, it is a magical breakfast white gravy. It is thick. It is hearty. It is beautiful on just about anything. Like sometimes I'll just put that on whatever I have. Sometimes I'll just flop that on some meat. I'll put that on mashed potatoes as well. I also have regular gravy, more traditional style gravy as well. So if you can ever get your booty body buddy out of there, get your ass over here. I'll show you what's up with some sausage gravy. Hot sauce and breakfast. Like, it's not super hot. That's the thing. You're only putting maybe, I mean, we're talking like a big full-size pan, which is, what, about 14 inches, I think, in diameter. 2 inches deep, and you're putting in maybe a tablespoon. Sometimes, depending on, like, the brand of sauce or what's in it, it may stain, quote, the gravy to a very, very, very mild, barely look at it the right way, pink reddish thing. But no, you're not putting a shitload in there. It's just enough to add a flavor without really adding much spice. Just enough. Just enough. Sausage gravy on cornflakes. I would do that. That would actually be great, Pat Fink, because then the sausage gravy would hold the cornflakes together and you could get more in one scoop. That's why I like putting it on couscous and rice. Because couscous is super fucking fluffy and not sticky. It's not really sticky. Like, you just breathe on it wrong and it just comes down like fucking snowflakes. The sausage on top of couscous is great. So on top of cornflakes, I would rock that. I would absolutely try that. I don't really eat Spam, but I'm sure Spam on sausage gravy would be good for those that enjoy Spam. I make gravy from cucumber sausages. It doesn't come out white. What the fuck? Cumberland sausages. Probably because I don't know, part of the ingredient of sausage gravy is also the flour. That's there is usually flour involved. That's like the stronger of the white part of it. I mean, it's not like pure white. That's kind of grayish, you know what I mean? But it is considered a white gravy, white-based gravy. If I didn't add the certain seasonings, it would be much more honky white than it is. Ground cayenne pepper on sausage gravy biscuits. Yeah, I have cayenne pepper in there, absolutely. Spam on spam. Spam on spam is good. Rule 34. Rule 34. I'm sure you can find some interesting spam on spam. Sausage gravy on country fried steak and garlic potatoes, says Redneck Atheist. That sounds exactly like something I had at what's the hell's the restaurant along the interstates that there's always fights in nowadays? Country. God damn, what is that place called? It's like the Spirit Airlines, but on the ground. I've gotten that there. like sausage gravy on that. Couple times. It's usually what I get when I used to go there way back in the day. Oh, what the? I can see it. I almost see it in my freaking head. The name of the place. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. That's it. Cracker Barrel. That's why I used to get at Cracker Barrel all the time. Like that breakfasty restaurant on the side of the interstates that, I don't know, lately everybody goes there to get into fights. Not the TAs. Although a lot of times there is a Cracker Barrel around the TA truck stops. We do have a couple of TAs around here. We also have Pilots. And I think there's a Flying J not too far from here. I used to roll on them when I was towing for my old job. Jonathan Hughes says, wait till Scruff tries my ghost pepper hot sauce. Absolutely, bring that shit on. Do you have anything recommended that I should try with it? A specific food or chip or anything there, Jonathan Hughes? By all means, if I'm going to try this, I'd like to try it as you think it would be best sampled, I guess you could say. This thing is going wild right now, boys and girls and everybody. Woo! So faces get cracked at the Cracker Barrel. Apparently, yeah, that's it's Waffle House is another one. Okay. Yeah, we have a Cracker Barrel around here that I believe has announced been to be closed because of issues. What was my old job? That was when I used to travel around installing theaters, like acting style theaters. I did all the rigging, whether it was counterweight or an electric winch style, like all the piping and everything, all the battens, and then we would go in, we'd install the fire curtains, hang all the soft products like main curtains. What the hell were those? Were the soft ones in the back? Oh, they were like super fucking sensitive, super delicate. Oh, they're always in the back. I forget, but no, we went, we did all that all over the place. The fermented sauces I made up worked well, says Lockwatcher. Another one that, oh, is Batfink out? Thank you for warm welcome, and so would Phil Liam. And no problem, Batfink. You have a good rest of the weekend, and hey, you know what? Stop by if you're bored. We'll be around. Appreciate you hanging out and chatting. It's good to meet you. Hey, what's up, Ram 50 V8? How's that 35 going? I don't believe I've seen any progress update from that yet. I want to go to the USA, but the shit food scares me, says Brad. As long as you kind of know what to get, you can kind of avoid some of the worst stuff. It's not that bad. Kind of depends on what you eat, which I believe is probably anything. You'll pop in again, alright? I appreciate it, dude. Have a good one. Have a good one. Chipmunk lives stateside for 5 years. The food isn't all awful. Home cooked, as always, is best. Yeah, as always. There is a sauce and gravy channel, says Rifleman. That finding sausage and gravy channel. That kind of makes sense. I feel like there's probably more than one, but I'm sure there is one bigger one than the rest. Ooh. I got a typo in last read up. God damn. That's what I don't get about this. Like, I can sit in the same position, everything is fine, it's all relatively good, and then it just goes zoop for like no particular reason. I'm actually probably when I get out of here, I think I'm gonna make coffee, another cup of coffee, and I want, even though drinking coffee this late is not a good idea, but I kind of wonder if when the caffeine wears off, is that's when this is starting to hurt more. Because if that's the case, I'm going to have to learn how to go to sleep after drinking coffee. Yeah, the guns aren't scary. It's the morons behind them. Well, behind some of them, we'll say. Ramphithy's waiting for time to deal with the forklift. They have a forklift that they are an older forklift that they have some various issues on. C2S asks, is the Sauce and Gravy channel on Pornhub? You know, there probably is one. I mean, there's at least got to be, there's guaranteed to be food porn on Pornhub. I have no interest at all in food porn or participating in the use of food like that. Like the closest I'll get to that is the fact that coconut oil is the best lube you will ever fucking use for anything. Just throwing that out there. Franco Walker, I've just had to walk around a bit. My knees locked up. That's not great. A late cup of coffee is fine in the EU, says Vera. I know some people that, like, they really just can't sleep unless they drink coffee. Like, I dated someone that she would actually fire up her last big, full fucking 10-cup coffee pot. She would start it at 7 so that she could get to bed by 10 on most nights. It's like, what the fuck? So that's, that's, like, I typically can't sleep when coffee's involved, but I am going to make some coffee when we get out of here in about 12 to 13 minutes. Coconut oil is good for many things. Coconut oil, like, I will put that there. Back when I had to deal with people complaining about door noises just because they felt like hearing the sound of their own fucking voice, I would actually use coconut oil on the hinges because it lasted a while. It didn't smell like WD-40 or PB Blaster, and it was organic, so it didn't matter if the cats, like, messed with it or whatever. Sleeping with caffeine is an ADHD trait, says Edward. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. That way the coffee pushes you a little bit over, but it usually doesn't do that for me. Coconut oil also blocks your drains. Well, I mean, I'm not using it in like fucking chunks. I'm just trying anything to put my arms in a different position to see if I can get pressure off of that uh, nerve. Marcus Silas. Hi there from Ohio. What is up? How is Ohio? How is Ohio this fine Saturday evening? Let's see if you're in Ohio. I guess it's what, 5:40? Yeah, 5:48 there probably. I don't think you're Eastern. I don't think Ohio's Eastern time. You're what, Central? What's it? Yeah, it's Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific. You think I'd pay more attention to time zones, but I really don't. Marcus Silas, got my oil change. The idiots put 5W30 in instead of 5W20. Any thoughts? Yeah, it's possible that on cold days, the oil may be a little too thick and it may not get into your crankshaft, camshaft, bearings. It may not get to your lifters and it may destroy your engine within the next 4 to 5,000 miles, depending on the weather. Especially if they put standard 5W30 in an engine that calls for full synthetic 5W20, then they're basically just playing fucking rolling the dice with your engine. So, you may want to have a phone call. And this is coming from someone who's been building engines for 30 years. And is actively employed in working on engines, and I'll be taking apart some Cummins fucking diesels this week and next week. Hopefully get some of that on tape for the channel. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Ohio is Eastern? Oh, okay. I mean, it's not too far from like Pennsylvania, New York, I guess. Okay, that's whatever. Cool, cool. It's a warm evening. Just got back from a bike ride. Yeah, it's 78 Fahrenheit right now, which is about 26 Celsius, I believe. Yeah, about 26 Celsius. Oil filler cap says 5W20 only. Well, that means it would take 5W20 full synthetic oil, and anything else will possibly cause engine damage. Especially if it's a newer engine that has variable valve timing, improper oil weights, uh, especially ones that aren't meant for the typical higher heat of a more modern engine, can cause what's called coking, which is like basically oil just burning up and turning into sludge. But it can cause coking in the passages and in the actuators and solenoid, well, in the actuators that are being controlled by a solenoid. Can cause them to bind up, jam your valve timing up, give you poor emissions, and possible engine damage. So, just throwing that out there. Yes, you have VVT. Yes, then having too thick of an oil, especially if it's not full synthetic, may cause damage to your engine. You have, especially with the summer gets any more hotter and that thing runs a little hotter than it may normally, that would be bad. A Ford Ecotech fails even with the correct oil, says Electron Box. Well, it's a Ford, so I mean that's kind of what Fords do. Let me just put my hand over the Chevy bow tie that's tattooed on over my heart. No cocaine for my engine ever, says Herbert Trouser Fancy. Say no to drugs, kids. I got a no cocaine for my engine. Do you mean like nitrous? Like I have a big fucking nitrous bottle downstairs. I feel like have I ever brought that on stream? If I try to remember, I'll bring that on stream. They typically sit, let's see, it's going to be about 70 degrees in here. I think nitrous at 70 degrees is, I think it's about 950 PSI, maybe 1,000. I'll see. Every once in a while, I'll just take it and I'll go poof, and I'll just crack the valve real quick. It's quite forceful. I'm telling you to change your oil every 6,000 kilometers and your engine will last forever. Yeah, those proper regular oil changes with the correct oil, then you can have quite a long-lasting engine, unless it's a Hyundai direct injection engine, and then good luck because they've been having lots of problems with those GDIs. Black Watcher with a late gravy response. So at some point, Scruff adds a bit of gravy. Yeah, that was a little late, but that's all right. Any talk of gravy is always appreciated. I've only ever breathed nitrous. It doesn't make my brain go faster. No, it really has the opposite effects, Electron Box, of brain versus engine. Craig Matthews, don't use the quick oil change places. They pump whatever junk in and call it good. Yeah, for the most part, a lot of them really do. They just have one nozzle that and a lot of them will use just 530. You drain it even though the 530 is fully synthetic. How often do you go in to get your oil changed? Because if it is fully synthetic, that's not horrible. This isn't a horrible season to run a slightly thicker oil, but if it was me, I would get the correct oil put in, especially if it's any engine built after 2005. I would have the correct oil put in it. But if you're trying to avoid the hassle, like get it changed before 2 or 3,000 miles and just kind of take it easy. I only drive 2,000 miles a year. Oh, so, well, at that point, you should probably get your oil. You should be getting your oil changed every 6 months because the additives in oil will actually evaporate out of oil, whether it's organic or synthetic or semi-synthetic. The additives and the additional lubricants will typically start to degrade after, 4 or 5 months, and generally once you get to the 6-month mark, you lose a lot of the advantage of those additives and the oil itself. Because over time, it does also absorb moisture from the air, especially if you're doing very short in the city drives and not longer drives, to help get the engine oil fully warmed up, which can take as long as 10-15 minutes. Like your antifreeze will heat up within the first few minutes, but the oil itself is usually 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks for your opinion. Hey, you know what? I'm here to offer my help to when I can to anybody. But yeah, I think if it's a newer engine, I'd give them a call, just to protect yourself, because I'd hate to see something happen to, like, especially nowadays, cars are so fucking expensive. You know what I mean? You don't really want to run that risk, because if something happens in 2 or 3 months, they ain't gonna do nothing for you. So trying to get that like sorted out. But yeah, I mean, automotive questions, engine stuff, forklift stuff, fucking computer stuff, whatever. Cannabis stuff. I'll help you out any way I can. Someone or something just attacked the tent. Man with a dog in the distance by the time I got out. Bit of a standoff. Oh shit, Delta Mike, watch yourself. I fucking hate people that just can't leave well enough alone. What a bunch of fucking punk ass bitches. Quick lubes always have recycled for base level oil, and then you get the cheapest full synthetic the franchise can buy. Yeah. Recycled oil. Like, that's pretty much literally, they just send it to a plant, they warm it up, put it through a strainer, throw some additives back in it, and put it in a bottle. Like, ugh. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I saved forever for it. My retirement car, says Marco. Yeah, I'd go get that taken care of. Todd Crawshaw. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Crawshaw, what's up? First time caller, no zip under the hood. My new mechanic sold me on synthetic, saying it doesn't need a change until 10,000 kilometers. As long as it is truly full synthetic oil, and you do a majority of trips that are over 10 miles, then by all means, you should be able to get 10,000 kilometers out of it. As long as every street light isn't a drag race, like you drive pretty normal, then yeah, a full synthetic will run up to 10,000 kilometers. That's like 6,000 miles. Like that would be fine, as long as it is actually full synthetic oil. Then by all means, with regular driving, with city driving, again, you got to watch if you don't get that engine heated all the way up. You can get a lot of moisture in the crankcase, which affects the oil and the lubricity and all that stuff. But yeah, I could see that being absolutely true. So I wouldn't have a problem with that. There, Todd. It's a no issue. I'm out of my element here with mechanics. I grew up, my dad had I talked about this, I think maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. My dad had a 79, was it 79 or an 80? Shit. I think that was a 79 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. It was white with the blue Firebird and the T-tops, apparently a pretty rare version. And that kind of got me into cars as a kid. And then from there, I got a just busted ass 87 Cavalier as my first car, but I still hung out with all the old school guys with Camaros and Novas, old Mustangs. Ended up doing a bunch of shit to my Cavalier, and then going through and building cars and engines and all that stuff. And now I do it for a living, so yeah, it's fun. I drive like a fat, well-adjusted, middle-aged jazz listener. Then by all means, 10,000 kilometers should be just fine. Yeah. In America, quote-unquote, we typically say that a full synthetic oil change will get you 8,000 miles, which is closer, I guess, to 1,200, maybe 1,300 kilometers. So if they're saying 10,000, then they're actually um they're cutting it a little bit short, which I would tend to do anyway. I tend to take manufacturers' recommendations and just cut them a little bit short, just because you know what, an oil change may be a little bit more expensive these days, but if you're driving like an average person, you're getting maybe two a year, and a couple $100 twice a year is a lot, but it's better than thousands of dollars to have to replace your car. That's the bummer part of it. Franco Walker, this is only the latest topic. I'm no mechanic. We discuss Lego, space, drugs, health. It's all subjects here. Yeah, pretty much. We'll talk about just about anything here. Some of the World War II vets in the motor pool would have a way to filter all the stuff out of motor oil to reuse it until they got fresh in. Yeah, I mean, if you can literally just warm it up and run it through any kind of a filter or a strainer to get like the physical parts out of it, you know, even if you just got it in a bucket and you just put a big freaking magnet in it, that'll get most of your destructive debris out of it. And sometimes they just run it through cloth, coffee filters, a metal strainer, just to get chunks out. But really, a big ass magnet is a pretty useful way to do it. That's why they typically have magnets in the oil pan to help attract chunks of metal and even the fine stuff, so it doesn't get into your oil filter pickup tube strainer, which itself is a screen, but you know it's not going to screen out like the really fine, tiny pieces of metal. If you have gravy in your engine, you have a crack or a bad head gasket. Yeah, generally speaking, if your radiator or your more likely your engine oil looks like a milkshake or a chocolate milk color, that means you have antifreeze in your oil, which typically is a cracked head or a blown head gasket. That's what forced me to really learn about cars. After I bought my Cavalier, within a few months, I knew I had a coolant leak. I was like, I'll be able to make it home. I didn't make it home. I fried the head gasket on it. Luckily, that was all that I fried on it. So I grabbed a Chilton's service manual, which is basically an aftermarket factory style service manual. Took that. I went out to the side of Route 42. Yeah. And tore the engine apart, took the head and the manifolds back to my parents' house, scrubbed them down, cleaned them up, took the valves out, cleaned all them up, put new valve seals in, new head gasket, new top end gasket set, put the thing back together, and drove that son of a bitch home. It was amazing. Graham Shaw, I'm autistic, never been tested for ADHD. Yeah, they kind of weave in and out until you get aluminum blocks. Oh yeah, you can't, don't overheat an aluminum block. Good lord, that's pretty much done for. What's your opinion on reusing the copper crush washer on the drain plug? I usually just flip it, put it back on as as long as it doesn't look overly squished out. Then if you can just flip it and put it back on, that's usually fine. I mean, ultimately, if PM tech guys that do that, they all usually have a couple spare drain plug gaskets on them, and they know they'll tighten it down the proper torque. Most of them don't overdo it because they get pissed off when the guy in front of them does it, so they all know not to over torque shit. And if they put it on there, they'll run it for a while, they'll take a look. If it's still dripping, they'll deal with it and change it out. But nah, usually you can just flip the gasket, especially if it's a metal one, and it'll just recrush when you put it back on. The rubber ones are, you kind of got to watch out. I mean, that's usually the same thing, but those you don't want to flip. You just leave them on there. But those will usually last, especially the newer ones, usually last a pretty good long while. Oh yeah, I was supposed to stop like 5 minutes ago, wasn't I? Haynes also had great manuals, said Gas Smasher. Yeah, Haynes, typically speaking, the vehicles I owned, I would get the Haynes and the Chilton's version of it. or like my Suburban and my pickup truck, they actually use this pretty much a similar service manual. So I got one for the Suburban, then I got the Chilton's one, and I got the Haynes one. So I have the factory GM manual, the Chilton's manual, and the Haynes manual. And there is some shit in Chilton's and Haynes that you can't find in that regular service manual. It's interesting how that works. Everybody's got a slightly little bit uh, different information at times. At Galar, the fun that my tractor oil change was, you had a good time if the planned oil change resulted in new piston rings. Whoops. That could be a thing. But anyway, let's do that top of the hour toast, and then I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to go get. Actually, I have chicken salad. I ordered the chicken salad sub with a crab cake earlier today. I had the crab cake before the show, but I'm going to have some of that chicken salad sub. Go walk around a little bit, stretch my arms. Hopefully, this will settle down, and I can get the game ready for tomorrow's Scum stream, which I already have the thumb uploaded. But yeah, I'll be streaming the game at Scum. It's a survival, grinding, horror, do your thing game. Pretty low key. There was just a patch release that was kind of a surprise thing, so every server that exists got wiped. We started over. They had dropships enabled, but the devs apparently have told everyone to disable the dropships because apparently they're causing servers to crash. I guess we won't have to deal with that. I can only assume that the last destination server has since disabled them. I know said they were trying them out, but I would assume they follow something that that the devs do announcements for to know to disable them for now. Which I'm kind of mixed on that. But anyway, yeah, top of the hour toast. Appreciate everyone hanging out, sticking around this long. Cheers. One will have a better description. My other one has better diagrams. Yeah. Pretty much it. Gravy or boobies? Oh. Okay. We'll do a quick poll. Real quick poll. Real quick poll. All right. He's asking. Gravy or boobies? And there is going to be no third choice here. You're going to have to make the decision. And there's no other context. There is no other context to this. This is simply gravy, boobies. We're going to rock that for a moment. When we do that, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Move that. Let's grab the phone. I think there's still a puff. Oh, there's about a puff left in this. Quick poll before we go. Gravy or boobies? I tell you, at this point in my life, gravy over boobies. However, that may not necessarily be true at some point in the future. Some point. Going from a good beer to a bad one makes you realize how shit one is, says Veer. Yes, I do remember that when I drank. It's like you'd have, hey man, you should try this beer. And after you've been drinking some good stuff and you try someone else's beer and you're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Had a Duvel, now a supermarket off-brand can. Ooh. Wow, Boobies is in the lead. That's pretty good. I kind of figured. Like I said, right now, where I'm at right now, I'm all about that gravy. Boobies can wait. My shit is complicated enough as it is. Ain't trying to add any other complications, whether they be good ones or bad ones. You know what I mean? And I see more pictures that had come in, but I will save those for next week. Shut those down. And then we are getting ready to kill that. And then I am getting ready to kill the stream. Dar! Not that bad. Not that bad. All right. So let's do a few more seconds on the poll, and then I'm going to shut that on down. And then I'm going to go feast upon the chicken salad sub with onions, jalapenos, see, lettuce, tomato, onions, jalapenos, and then I will add a fart and some fresh ground pepper. And I usually just take a chunk of it and throw it on a plate and just eat it with a fork and knife because it's just a big blob of food that is good. Clearly gravy, says Rifleman, with boobies any more than a mouthful is waste. Nah, I don't know, Rifleman. Like sometimes that extra is kind of nice to have around. Definitely good to sleep on. Boobies and gravy wrestling. Well, I mean, if you have to have both, I suppose. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kill that poll. 68% with the boobies. Not bad, not bad. Started to close it up there towards the end, but say we got roughly 2 to 3 there would prefer boobies over gravy. Nothing wrong with that. All right, folks, I am going to go move about the country, as it were. See what we can do here with this stupid neck thing and rock out from there. So, again, appreciate everybody hanging out, everybody being groovy, everybody doing your thing. And before we go, real quick, Marcus wants to know if anyone else is from Ohio, which I kind of think some people are. But anyway, thanks again for hanging out. We'll talk to some of you tomorrow on the Scum stream and some of you on Wednesday for the Lego Johnny 5 continuation stream. So, thanks for hanging out. Be groovy to each other, and I will see everyone later on. I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.